Shady Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCast, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin with them Wrasslin boys. I'm the POT alongside my tag team partner Big E, and we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, bro?
What do you say, brother? Hey, man. Episode 48, man. Welcome to Wrasslin.
Wrestling.
Yeah, 50's coming up. 50 coming out the stereo. So, but yeah, man, just keep knocking them out. But episode 48, man. Hey, let's like we've been doing, football season. Let's talk a little football. It's Saturday night, so we're just gonna talk about college ball and before we get into a little wrestling and shoot the shit a little bit. So yeah, man. There's an old saying. You can't win them all. And I mean to tell you, we got that ass whooped today. But it's roll tide, man. And I know you want to say something and then, about the game or whatever, and then I'll fill in. I'll tell you what I think after you say what you got to say.
Hey, man, it's SEC any given Saturday. And I really don't have a whole lot of slander to go Alabama way. Really, to be honest with you, it's just, hey, man, SEC. You saw them scores all day long, man, and they just got beat, but they control their own destiny going to the SEC championship game. So,
gotta beat Auburn.
Everything's still right there in front of them. So, of course, you didn't want to take an L, but it's their first loss in conference play this season. Of course, their first loss was Florida State, which seemed like it was 5 years ago, even though early in the season. But they still
even though they bring it up every game.
Well, they supposed to. I mean, it is this season. However, they control their own destiny, and as long as they take care of business in the next 2 weeks, they'll be fine.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, you turn the ball over like that, it's hard to win. Defense played a great game. If you really watch the game and where, the turnovers were at, we kept them, defense played good, because it really should have been out of hand, because we weren't clicking on offense. Ty Simpson had a rough game, but defense is showing up, so it ain't all bad. But like I said, we control our own destiny, so it's still roll tide. Texas had one job; they couldn't do it.
Well,
Texas had one job; you couldn't do
it. Georgia is looking pretty scary right now.
Yeah, they are.
They're firing all cylinders. At first, they were showing resilience. How they start out slow, come back. That's been the narrative all season. However, past 2 weeks, they haven't really started out that slow. Now, granted, last week Mississippi State, no disrespect to Mississippi State, but that's not one of the better teams in the conference.
Right.
Texas top 10. They had everything right there in front of them as well, as far as still being in the playoff hunt. Now they pretty much done killed their chances, even though they have a big game coming up with Texas A&M in 2 weeks. But yeah, they didn't get the job done that you wanted them to get done. Uh, you know,
I just
so
like Georgia fans.
shout
I
out
just
to
like
Georgia,
Georgia fans
man.
to be mad, man. What?
Shout out to
Shout out to
Georgia, man.
who? Oh, okay.
Georgia.
Yeah. All right. Hey,
What you?
definitely got to talk about South Carolina A&M.
Yeah, buddy.
Definitely got to talk about that. So me and my oldest son, we turned the game on. It was 30-3, and we were like, oh my gosh, like wow. And then and watch the rest of the game. And I mean to tell you, bro, they just came back and it was a totally different. You talk about adjustments and being pumped up, just being a totally different team. You down 30-3 and come back and win. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, let's talk about that game real quick though. So you're in Texas, they're in Texas A&M. That's in wherever that's at. It's not Austin, but it's
College Station.
College Station, yeah. So one of the South Carolina players, he went 80-something yards for that touchdown. I know you've seen this clip. And you can see he pulled his hamstring when he was getting towards the end zone. And when you pull that hamstring, you don't want to just stop. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of went up the tunnel a little bit and then turned around, and two of his teammates came with him. And here comes this state trooper or whatever he was, and just goes, and you can tell that they tried to move out his way. Why he was walking that way, I have no idea, but kind of pushed both elbows out, bumped into both of them, and then turned around and yelled at him. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's because I don't know if they was getting that ass whooped or whatever, but they said the dude was relieved of his duties at the game. But man, what was that?
I mean, I don't know because I saw the clip a couple of times. I just think that it was just. I mean, it ended up being a bigger deal than what it should have been.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a big deal because he had no right to do that. That just, I mean, that's stupid on his part. I'm talking about
right.
the trooper, and he paid for whatever relieved of his duties, whatever that means. I mean, obviously he got it,
They got him the hell
had
up
to leave
out
the
of there.
game or whatever happened as far as today. But as far as going forward, I mean, I don't, I don't know that man or anything. So
Yeah,
I hope he won't get fired or anything like that. However, that just seems like a situation where it was just somebody of authority figure using their so-called power
authority.
and
Yeah,
authority, so maybe like you said, it because it was happening when South Carolina was pouring on, and I guess he would just be, I guess he was just frustrated, and being a fanboy, even though he was doing a job. And when they went up the tunnel, I guess he felt like that's his territory, even though they're
right.
part of the game. And he was just trying to, I think he was just trying to be slick and just trying to, like, you know, bump him just cause.
Yeah,
And I don't, who knows what the kid said to him after that, who knows. But like you
right.
said, it was like a little shouting going on, and he just made himself look like an idiot.
Yeah, that was it. It looked like it was totally uncalled for.
Right.
An authority who has whatever power they think they have or presume to have or whatever. To me, man, it looked like a guy that got beat up every day in high school and was in the band and didn't get to play football and said, I'm going to be a police officer when I grow up, you know. But yeah, man, there's no place for all that. And police got a bad reputation as it is, and it ain't all of them,
Right.
but
Right.
they all get put in the same category and crap.
Because of a guy who did something like that.
Right. And what
And
I'm
we don't know
saying,
that guy. He might be a cool guy. We don't know. We won't. We'll
right,
never know. But
right. But
that
it
was
don't
definitely a
seem to
bad look.
be, and ain't nobody trying to hear that. And
Right.
So, but yeah, like you say, police got a bad reputation. That's the last thing you need to see stuff like that, and then don't let the racial stuff get pulled into it. You know what I mean? So anyway, but hey man, Texas A&M fought back, came back and won. They're undefeated still. Yeah, man, rough day. Rough day for you Bama fans, us Bama fans out here. But roll tide till we die, though, that's for sure. But what Georgia Tech, man, that was a close game. Georgia Tech, they squeaked up out of there. And
now,
go ahead.
first of all, I had completely forgot that Bill O'Brien is Boston College head coach.
Yeah,
It's not like I paid attention to Boston College. I
right.
had no idea that they was 1-9, and they came ready to play. And I don't look at the ACC the same as SEC. Yeah, that's probably us being biased, but at the same time, there's no debate with that. Everybody know the SEC is the strongest conference in
Right,
college football, and Big Ten is second
right,
currently, right? No comparison like
right.
ACC,
For now,
Big
yeah,
12, but a 1-9 team that had you on the ropes like that. But Georgia Tech showed a lot of resilience because they was down double digits in the fourth quarter, and that was the first time they won the game but lose by double digits in the fourth quarter in 2 seasons.
yeah,
Uh, so that was very impressive. The comeback, and plus they had their playoff hopes on the line because in the ACC, it's pretty much the ACC champion, and they'd be lucky to get a second team in.
yeah.
So if you don't make that title game, you're pretty much screwed. And
Right,
losing to a 1-9 team definitely will not help their argument. Now, I know they still have Georgia on their schedule. They have Pittsburgh next week, which that's a tough game as well.
yeah,
But if they could get past Pittsburgh, then they'll be in the ACC championship game. And then, of course, the following week, though, before the ACC championship game, the last game, they'll play Georgia,
yeah,
which they went in all them overtimes last season. So it's not like, it's a rivalry game. And plus, they played them close last season. So that'll be very intriguing if Tech can pull off this Pittsburgh and they can, have that game
they
where
have one job.
well, I mean, if they was to win that game, they definitely would get in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
no matter what they do in the conference championship game. However, they had to beat Pittsburgh to get in the conference championship game,
right,
and if they lose to Georgia and lose the conference championship game, they might not get in.
right.
That's what they dealing with. So it's almost like Ric Flair and his retirement tour. WrestleMania 24 when it was like, if you lose, you're done.
Right.
And that's how today that game was. I watched that fourth quarter and it was like they was out there. I seen that like when they interviewed the coach after the game, he was just like he wasn't excited or anything. It was just like, wow, we dodged one. That was his whole
Yeah,
demeanor.
yeah,
Like, it doesn't matter how pretty it is or how ugly it is. We got past this one on to the next one. But he knows if they would have lost that game, they'll be trying to figure out what nice bowl game they're going to because the playoffs
right.
would have been over.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The tell you what game was good was that Florida Ole Miss game to the end. But I mean, that was a tough game. Georgia and those games were closer than they were, the score was.
Right.
But Georgia pulled away at the end and so did Ole Miss. So but
You
down
know
goes
that just go show you with the SEC again. That Florida been dangerous.
yeah,
Like their record don't show it, but they beat Texas. They played Georgia, of course, a rivalry game, but in the cocktail party they played Georgia close.
mm,
Uh, they had quite a few close games. Where it's like, yeah, they were losing a lot of close games, but it's like when you see them on the schedule, it's not a guaranteed win. It's as Ole Miss.
yeah, yeah,
they had a fight, and Ole Miss was at home, so it wasn't like they was in the swamp.
Right.
So
Yeah, boy, Kiffin was giving it to the referees, boy. He saw, he said that they had messed the call up. When they kicked the field goal, they got a personal foul, and it was before the ball hit the net,
right.
and they didn't, give them the first down. You know what I'm saying? Kiffin was going crazy, and they caught him, and it was at halftime too. And they caught him at halftime. He was like, "They got to get it right. It's not that hard." He said, "Then they come tell me they were wrong. Well, what good's that do me? What good's that do?" But yeah,
Oh
man,
man.
next 2-3 weeks are gonna be, you're gonna you got rivalry week coming up. You got the everybody got their Rudy Poos next week. Shoot, Bama plays Eastern Illinois. They need to drop about 70 on them and get their mojo back together. Get ready for Auburn because it don't matter. It don't matter what that Iron Bowl game. Records don't matter.
Right.
Everybody's coming to play. So when you get to Georgia and them finding out too, they starting to find out a little bit. But when you get to that point where everybody was afraid of you, now people want to compete with you, and you're going to get everybody's best game. You know what I mean? So, and Georgia's going to find out. They're going to find out. They're starting to get everybody's best game now. And people ain't
Yeah,
just,
pretty much like like
teams aren't going
five.
in there scared of them like they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, same thing with Alabama. We getting everybody's best game. They not scared of us no more. They think they can compete now, and and we
Well,
can't.
a lot of that because that man not staying on the sideline no more.
Right, and even before that, a couple of years before that, you're starting to get everybody best game. But now, now with Saban gone,
Yeah, they were still winning a lot of them best games.
yeah, true that, yeah,
I mean, they still winning now, but I get you. I get your point. You're like, yeah, they because they are the team to beat, so they're getting everybody best punch. But it was like with Saban, you make a mistake, they always find a way to win those games. Just ask
right,
Georgia. Like
right,
Georgia's suffering, like till this day, like till this season. And that man now stay on the sideline. They
right,
can't get over that hump, you know. So I mean that's just what it is. But but that man, like we saying, that man not staying on the sideline no more. So
yeah, true
maybe
that,
crucial game situations or whatever.
yeah,
And I'm not saying old boy can't coach because he seemed to have them firing all cylinders.
yeah,
I mean, again, SEC tough. I mean,
yeah,
Oklahoma's tough. And like you said, they just didn't play well today, but they still control their own destiny. And
absolutely,
right now, again, they had to play the Iron Bowl.
yeah,
Texas A&M had to play Texas, but
yeah,
right now, that's your conference championship matchup.
yeah, yeah. So everybody got to finish strong. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow with some NFL, and hopefully have some good games tomorrow. Um, let's get to the reason why we're here for episode 48. Let's talk a little wrestling. Let's just talk about, man, a couple of things that's going on. We're getting ready for Survivor Series. Um, we've got some questions were answered. So we do have one of the Survivor Series matches in the War Games match or whatever. So we got Logan Paul with Division and Drew McIntyre with them now. Drew McIntyre showed back up on SmackDown. Supposed to be suspended. Paul Heyman said whoever's on contract, he can get on the team. So that's how they got that. And they'll be going against CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos. So you got both of the champs on one team. And you got arguably the greatest tag team, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, going against two of the baddest up and comers that you got in WWE right now. You got maybe one day a Hall of Famer, maybe. And Drew McIntyre, he got a little bit more work to do and some stuff to do to become that. But if he can continue what he's doing now, and they give him he gets an actual run with that title, and I know we getting offhand already, but the stuff that he's doing now, dude, he's ready for that top tier status. You know, so and a run with the belt's gonna make a player and tell you what you really got with him. So, but that's your and you got Logan Paul, one of the most athletic, most gifted people out there that they've got on the roster, who's improving and learning every time you see him wrestle. So we ain't got to sit here and say who's going to win and what's going to play out. But what excites you about this match? What when you hear all 8 of these people, all 8 of these superstars that are going to be, what comes to mind? What are you thinking?
Well, it's going to have to be who's going to shine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think more of the heel team.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got Bronson and Braun Breaker. And you got to think, Bronson Reed got injured in some in War Games.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You know, so that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't come off that top of that cage with that tsunami or whatever. But
I don't know. He's in better shape than last year, so
yeah, but
he might.
that's true.
But he ain't
It
doing
ain't
that.
always about shape when you had that landing on that plywood,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, who's going to show out?
Right.
Is going to be Braun, Drew going to do his thing, but you know Logan, because like I say, he's very athletic. You know, with him in War Games, you would think that he would definitely try to do something stupid.
Right. Be creative, do some things.
Yeah, absolutely. So
because you got to think, he still got to, no matter what, until he's always going to feel like he's got something to prove because of how he came in. He's a YouTuber,
right.
you know,
Absolutely.
so he's always going to, the competitive nature in you, if it's in you, you're always going to want to do something to make everybody respect you or you know, even give you that nod that, yeah, you belong here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, definitely look forward to seeing what he'll try to pull off. Who you see starting?
Well, it's like you said, even with War Games, it really doesn't matter who win or lose, right?
Right.
It's not like the title's online.
Right.
It's not like it's some long-term effect for winning or losing. It's just a spectacle, right?
Bragging rights.
Right.
Yeah, we won. You didn't.
Team atmosphere, you know, so and just like you pointed out earlier, both of the world champions on the babyface team.
Right.
You know, and then what's gonna happen with that? Like, because they've been planting seeds with Jay, you know, straddling the fence.
Yeah.
So now they kind of left it alone the past week or so.
Yeah.
So is that gonna come back into play? He's gonna accidentally super kick Jimmy?
Yeah.
Or is he gonna walk out on Jimmy? I mean, something's gonna I mean, pay attention to that. Something may happen.
Yeah.
With Jey Uso, and we just don't know what. That's who we should. He's the X factor. Jey Uso's the X factor.
Yeah. Piggyback off of what you said about the it doesn't hurt. You know, the Horsemen always lost the War Games, but Flair was still the champ.
Right.
You know, the Cody Rhodes and them lose because somebody did something. They still got the belts. They still the champs. So, you know, it's more of a bragging rights type thing, like you said, you know. But yeah, man, that's very interesting with the Jey Uso thing, and you know, just putting them both in there, and it's like you say, straddling the fence. You know, I guess, you know, I like, you know, we're old school, so when I think of War Games, I think of 5 guys on each team.
Right.
So that's messing me up a little bit. You know what I mean? But I get it. Let's talk about the girls, what they're trying to do with the girls match, and we'll just talk on that for a second. The beef with Charlotte and Rhea Ripley came up, and they're really going to turn that match into a story and kind of milk that for the next 2 weeks, because you got 2 more episodes of each before you have the PLE. You got
Right.
Raw this week, SmackDown, then you got to go home week after.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they got 2 weeks to build it up, and you can do a lot of work in 2 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just I like. We talked about it earlier. You were talking about how you like how they, let that be known that that's a problem. It's not, oh, we're buddies all of a sudden.
Right.
Nah,
they're both baby faces currently on the roster in the
right.
story,
But
but
y'all
they had a lot of
made for
bad
history.
blood.
Yeah.
They had a lot of bad. I mean, they played on it when Charlotte won the Royal Rumble. You remember she was trying to decide which champion she's gonna go against, and she was on Raw, and Rhea was like, "Pick me." You know what I mean? I dare you.
Right.
Yeah. So that came back though. It's like, I don't like you. Charlotte said, I don't like you, and I'm sure you don't like me. I can't be fake no more. I can't be fake. You got my blessings. She told
Alexa Bliss, yeah.
Yeah, she told Bliss, you have my blessings, but I can't do this.
Yeah. So so it's very interesting to see where that story goes. So before we get to we'll talk John Cena in a minute. Well, let's talk John Cena before we talk about the tournament. Let's talk John Cena winning the IC title from Dominic. First of all, it was a hell of a match. The way they started it, the way Dominic did the promo when he got there, and they had a little back and forth. And I thought it was great, even before the match started. And great match. Kind of thought they was going to let Cena win, and I thought Dominic would pull something off, And they let Cena get the title, and now he's had all the titles from his era and beyond. It ain't like he had the European Championship or anything like that. But and that was cool. You know what I mean? So my thing is now the last match is the IC title on the line. Are they finna get rid of the Intercontinental title? You don't get rid of the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, I definitely don't see that. However,
that's one bold, this is no longer Vince McMahon's company statement if you was to retire the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
They're not going to. I mean,
no, there's no way.
They're not going to do that. Now, here's one thing though. Just like they did in Boston, I understand they have the surprise match. Cena's last appearance in his hometown, or sort of his hometown, right?
Yeah.
They go into the Garden Monday night.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen?
Because that's going to be his last Raw, right?
Yep.
And then he's got Saturday night's main event, and then it's a wrap.
And it's going to be at the Garden. So is it going to be, are they going to have another pop-up match?
I don't know.
I mean,
what did they have a rematch?
And that's possible. Because also think about it. Okay. It was cool him being Grand Slam champion, Cena. He deserved all that. However, okay, he's the IC champion. His final match, Saturday night's main event. Let's say Gunther wins the tournament, which I think he will. Remember, I said that Gunther gonna be the last guy. I said that.
Yeah, we know. It's documented.
Right. And hey, y'all, I said that. Like, comment, subscribe too while you at it. So that being said, though, do you really think that Gunther and Cena gonna fight for the IC title?
No, because
That's what
Gunther's
I'm
already
saying.
done that. Gunther's already done that.
Exactly. So what are they gonna do with that? That's intriguing because I don't think they would have booked it if they didn't have a plan for how they gonna get the title off of him.
Right.
But at the same time, like, unless somebody like a Gunther don't win the tournament, but who would beat Gunther though? But if somebody like Gunther don't win the tournament, let's say it's the dude from NXT, which I know it's not gonna be him, but
Nah, he's gonna
Evans.
kill that dude. That dude, that Javon, yeah, he's gonna
That's what
kill
I'm
that.
saying.
We're gonna talk the tournament in a second. We're gonna talk the tournament
But
in a second.
right,
So, but
but that's my point though. It seemed like it would have to be somebody like that who
yeah,
can benefit from winning the IC title, because somebody like a Gunther. Now maybe it's Sheamus. That'd be cool if it was a Sheamus, but I don't see Sheamus beating John Cena for
right.
Cena's last match. But Sheamus never been IC champion. You know, that's his
Yeah.
story too. With him trying to become Grand Slam champion. So that would make sense.
And
But I don't
I
see
can see Cena dropping him the title and not having a problem dropping it to him, giving it right back.
right.
I
But
mean, what's
I
he
just
gonna,
don't
not
see
gonna
Cena
take it
fighting
home?
Sheamus for his last match.
What? Yeah, and it wouldn't make no sense since he already won in the tournament to get the gold. Yeah, that's weird. So okay, so Cena's gonna be at Raw, last Raw. So does he give Dom a rematch? Does he do an open invitation to anybody? And what if Rey Mysterio comes out there and him and Rey have one last match and something happens where, ooh, what if Dominic comes out there and costs Cena the match and Rey wins the IC title?
That would be deep.
And everybody think like they're together, and then he turn on him again.
Well, Ray wouldn't want to win that way anyway, though. But that would be intriguing, like you said, because people think Dom helping his daddy,
Right.
and then he stabbed him in the back. But I don't see Ray, like, if Dom do some shit for, like, and Ray beat Cena, unless he did it and Ray didn't know it happened, then
Right.
that'd be
Right.
different, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. But it the Dom and they put it already out there with Dom and Ray. So something's gonna happen. Something's gonna, they got something coming up.
Right.
They're definitely gonna have a match against each other. So now I don't know if it'll be for that AAA title, the mega title, whatever it is, but I don't know. That's gonna be something to see. So let's talk the Cena tournament though. So you've already had Rusev has already won and moved on. He beat Damian Priest. Sheamus beat Nakamura. LA Knight beat surprise Zack Ryder and actually and Matt Cardona, but came out to the Zack Ryder and the woo 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 and the whole gimmick or whatever. And they actually had a pretty entertaining match. So, but you got and LA Knight won. So, but you got Gunther versus Javon Evans. You got Solo, who we don't know who his opponent is yet. So, and everybody wants to think it's Edge. It's not Edge. So, but
I thought about it earlier because we had that conversation earlier, and I think I know who it's going to be, but I don't want it to be who I think it's going to be.
Who do you think it's going to be?
I believe in Joe Henry. I believe in Joe Henry. Because he just officially signed his contract with WWE.
Right.
I mean, that would make sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that don't move the meter for me.
Right. So Also, you
It gonna
got
pop out of the crowd though.
you got Jay Uso moved on. Yeah, it would. It's gonna pop the crowd, but then I don't know. We'll see, man. I mean, look, that popped the crowd, and then it gets stale. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Nah, that's that. But hey, man, we'll see how he gets over. He got over on the internet, got over there at TNA. They loved it when he showed up here. But it's also the element of surprise too.
that's why that's probably
So
what how they may pull that trigger Monday night. Like you
right.
said, I definitely don't see him being, and we could be wrong, but I definitely don't see him on the main roster being a huge star. Like,
No,
yeah, it's
no.
gonna be like a flash in the pan,
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah.
No
So
disrespect to Joe Henry, because however you get
however you get over is
over,
however you get over.
yeah, much
You know what I'm
respect,
saying?
because
But
yeah,
can you stay over? And like you say, yeah, he got those big pops, but it's the element of surprise showing up what's the pop gonna be when on his second, third month there coming out on Raw or SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? So but we'll see. So Solo doesn't know. Maybe it's Joe Hendry. We don't know yet. We'll find out. Then you got Bronson Reed, Carmella Hayes, and Penta and Finn Balor. You know, so I don't see. Maybe Sheamus, maybe it's got to be Gunther out of all of these. Because it's not going to be. It's got to be Gunther. I'm with you. I'm agree. I didn't come up with it. You said it first, and you said it a minute ago. But
it
I
just
think
make it just makes sense,
yeah,
especially because we don't. The Brock Lesnar thing kind of threw us off,
yeah, yeah,
especially even the way it happened. If he would just lost to Brock, but it was a good match, okay, more understandable. But why the squash match, right? And
yeah.
then they didn't even follow up with that. It was just like boom, like it happened, and it was just like boom,
You
like
really didn't even talk about it. You
yeah,
addressed it to a certain extent, but but I guess with him, man, who the hell knows, man?
and the only thing I could think of, that's why I thought about the Gunther, because I was like, you know what, that was the rumor WrestleMania match that they wanted
Yeah,
before the allegations.
yeah.
So they probably like, why not have Gunther face Brock Lesnar? I mean, two
Yeah.
badasses. You got the beast.
But you're not
Who's the
gonna have
beast?
Gunther be the Intercontinental Champion.
That's why that's why
So
when we talked about that, it's not going
something's
to
gotta
be about
happen.
that title.
Something's gonna happen Monday. Well, he's
Yeah.
not gonna leave. He can't leave with that title because that's not gonna make no sense.
And I heard other podcasters talk about it. It was like, even though, like, why would you having a tournament to fight Cena?
Hmm.
So if Cena, let's say, like, if Cena wins and he leaves with the belt, you wouldn't have another tournament. Like, why put the belt on him? Even though I know it's about the Grand Slam,
Yeah,
but was it really that important to him? He's already 17-time world champion, John
that's what I'm
Cena.
saying. Like how that's almost like padding stats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like
It'd be like,
Strahan getting that sack when Brett Favre fell down on purpose. Well, he ain't fall on purpose, but he kind of like let
right.
Strahan get that sack to break the record.
Yeah, it's like Ricky Davis throwing it off the rim to get the rebounds and get a triple double. So like you say, is it that serious? You did something only one other person's done before. Because Flair is like an 85-time world champion.
I mean, what do you have, like, for real? What, like 21 or
Like
23 or something like that?
2021, man, 21.
Yeah.
We had to leave it in Puerto Rico one night. They were going to kill us. You know what I'm saying?
I heard him tell us, I know we getting off track, but I heard him tell a story one time. He said they was in New Zealand or somewhere over there. He said him and Harley was, they was doing the thing, and Harley just had an idea. He said, hey, Harley was like, how about you let me go over tonight, and then I drop it back off to you when we go to the next island or whatever. And Flair said, he asked Harley, he said, well, what about The Office, you know what? He was like, they're not gonna find out, you know. They're not gonna. Then he said they did though. They got a phone
Yeah, of
call.
course
Hey,
they
what
did. He
y'all
just
doing over there?
right. Excuse me. Of course they did. He just didn't care.
Yeah, we're like, we're gonna fuck with Harley. You know what I mean?
Right. What are they gonna
Blair said
do?
he wasn't. All right,
Right.
Harley, you're the man.
Yeah. What are they gonna do? Fire us?
Right. They're not
Yeah.
gonna find
Hell no. But yeah, we'll find out Monday. I got a feeling he doesn't leave the building with the title, so, with the IC championship. And again, they might be getting rid of it. Hell, WCW got rid of the TV title.
Yeah, sure did. Don't get me started with that. But I just don't. I mean, I definitely don't see them doing that. You know what I mean? Especially when they just added a woman's in the IC title.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
talking crazy
Right.
because that, like I say, that would be, not nothing prestigious like that. I think it's been around.
Unless they hired your boy Vince Russo.
If Russo, bro, if he had the pencil, bro, everybody under 40 is fired. Over 40. Everybody over 40 is fired immediately.
Well, had no ratings the next day.
Right. Ross to be slim as hell.
For real.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, even Russo's 40. They 40. Right?
Yeah.
Their birthday around 9.
So you got to get rid of Roman. You got to get rid of Roman, Brock.
Yeah.
The Miz, everybody.
Punk.
Yeah. You gonna have hell of money.
Cody too. Telling Cody like, hey man,
Yeah.
AJ, like
AJ's gone.
Yeah.
He's out of there too.
That's what I'm saying.
Motor City Machine Gun.
Finn Balor right around there. Shit.
They want to be firing everybody.
Sheamus, they right around there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man. It's November. You're about to have Survivor Series, which used to be awesome when it was on Thanksgiving. That used to be cool, But you got Survivor Series, gonna have Saturday night's main event, and bro, the Royal Rumble is right around the corner.
And you know what that means?
In WrestleMania season, so looking to see a lot more Roman Reigns, I'm assuming, and maybe we have a surprise or two at the Rumble. A lot of wrestling coming up, a lot of fun wrestling to be talking about. Great time to be a wrestling fan. It's a great time to be checking in to Welcome to Wrestling. So all y'all like, comment, please subscribe if you haven't already, and keep tuning in, and we're going to keep banging them out. Hey, man, you got anything else left you want to talk about it, bro?
I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but you brought it up. You talking about Royal Rumble. I can't wait for Jericho.
Right.
I just want to see how y'all reinvent himself. I want to see what kind of look he's going to come with. You know what I mean? And
hi, guys.
Shine with it. He's going to come out like the pain maker.
And you're going to be the learning tree. Hi, guys.
Hey, what if he came out with his AEW song though, and the crowd be singing that shit?
Man,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, but
cause they would sing it. They would sing that shit.
They might sing it after the other music go off.
Right.
Hey. Oh, we're yawning. That must be a time to go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, man. But hey, appreciate everybody, man. Welcome to Wrestling. We'll see y'all next week.
Welcome to Wrestling.
Welcome to Wrestling, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCAst, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.